Hello everyone and welcome to this exclusive interview. Now, as the Basketball Africa League enters its fifth thrilling season, the excitement building across the continent is top-notch. As all eyes turn to Kigali, Rwanda, where the Nile Conference Group phase is around the corner, we are excited for what is about to take place starting on the 17th of May 2025. Now, today we're honored to be joined by a visionary leader at the forefront of the movement, the president of BAL Africa, Mr. Amadou Gallo. He has been instrumental in shaping this league into not only a showcase of top-tier basketball, but also a platform for youth empowerment and continental pride. Mr. Fall, welcome and thank you for joining us here.
Thank you, and thanks for having me.
Yes. So, Mr. Fall, BAL Season 5 is around the corner, and we would like to ask you, what are your impressions so far about the preparations as well as the enthusiasm that is not only here in Kigali, Rwanda, but also the continent at large?
Well, first of all, it's always a great pleasure to be back in Kigali. So we're here for Season 5, a milestone season, with our Nile Conference for the first time. Rwanda hosting conference game. This is where it all began. And we've built a momentum since 2021 when we launched the league in a bubble. Every year we've seen, signs that points to, where we're looking to get to turn this league into one of the best professional basketball league in the world in years to come. So what we've seen at the beginning of this milestone season, starting in Rabat and then confirming in Dakar, coming here in Kigali, there's an incredible momentum that we started with that I have no doubt, we will sustain here because our fans here in Kigali have always responded. Last year was incredible, although we didn't have a team qualified for the playoffs to come here, but still, fans came, they cheered, because they buy into that vision that what we're building is a Pan-African property. So Rwanda showed its best foot. So, starting in Rabat, incredible games there. Again, arenas packed, fans coming consistently, and we had a lot of questions going in. Anytime you play in a market for the first time, it's a lot of unknown, but certainly everything exceeded our expectations with our Kalahari conference starting in Rabat. Then we moved to Dakar in Senegal with our Sahara conference. The same momentum, packed arenas. That's our biggest arena and in all the markets where we play. So again, there's always a lot of stress that goes into it because the arena is not in the middle of the city. There's challenges getting there, but fans came. They came in numbers. Incredible games, overtimes, buzzer beaters, same as we saw here last year in Kigali.
True. And as a person who has been at the forefront and witnessing the performance of various and participating teams, as well as the organization that comes into play whilst preparing for BAL games, what should basketball fans here in Rwanda and all around the globe expect from these games in Kigali? Like you said, it's the first time that Kigali is going to be hosting the conferences. What should be in expectance?
Incredible competition on the court. We have here with our Nile Conference 3 teams that are participating in the Basketball Africa League for the first time. We have the Nairobi City Thunders coming from Nairobi, in the region. For the first time, a team from Kenya is participating in the Basketball Africa League. Then we have Al Ahly from Tripoli coming also. It's a new team because there was a different team that came last year from Libya. And then we have Made by Basketball from South Africa. First time they're participating. Obviously, we're familiar with the Cape Town Tigers that were here last year, made it to the semifinals, and they will join, the home team, APR, that showed tremendous, signs last year in the participation for their first time participating in the Basketball Africa League in our Sahara conference in Dakar. Unfortunately, lost their backcourt, 2 players getting hurt in the same game. So. It was a challenge, but I know that they've retooled, and I've seen we follow them, throughout the season here in Kigali. They won again the Rwanda League for the right to participate in the BAL for second year in a row. So I think the competition in the court, remain really the focus and the main attraction. But also there will be a lot of, ancillary events, a lot of activities designed,
on the sidelines,
to have exactly social impact and youth empowerment. Through clinics we're hosting for coaches and referees, and also our BA for her program, which is designed to, really promote gender equality in the sports industry. We're giving young girls an opportunity to participate, to ultimately find employment in our industry, and also running a BL for her ID camp, where we will, for the course of 2 days, have the top under 23 female players in Rwanda compete for a chance to be selected. I think the top 2 or 3 will be selected to join the group of very talented girls from across Africa that will be participating in a camp in the sideline of our finals in Pretoria. Same like we did last year. We did that same camp here last year. And also on the court and in the fan zone, there will be incredible performances. There's a concert for the first time. We're doing a concert here. I think with top-notch artists. We continue to be that place where sports and entertainment, the whole creative industry, come alive. And this is just to showcase Africa and the best Africa has to offer in a variety of areas.
Yeah, definitely great to hear the nitty-gritty details of what goes on into BAL. Now, Mr. Fall, how would you describe the evolution of the Basketball Africa League from its inception, from the first season to the 5th edition taking place this year?
I think I would say it's about consistency, and really we've been very deliberate, in terms of making sure that we didn't skip any steps. We wanted to also focus on continuing to build an incredible basketball product on the court. So continuing to attract top talent from around the world, but also retaining the best talent in Africa. When we see players from the continent who are playing in other leagues coming back, to play for their home teams or other teams across Africa. And just steadily seeing the fan base growing, because the product on the court is attractive. But then you're bringing in, performance. You're attracting also opinion shapers, key influencers from around the world and across Africa. And also some of the activities we run, like our Innovation Summit, we'll be having our 4th edition here on May 21st here in Kigali, where it's always a conversation that is bringing in the room, visionaries and leaders from across sports, business, technology, and the creative industries to have a conversation, all designed to, really promote Africa and share ideas about how to put the continent forward. So for me, the growth has been holistic, but fundamentally we remain a basketball league. So one of the things that we always focus on to make sure that we are improving the product on the court. And then because when you do that, because the games are broadcasted in 214 countries around the world, engaging the entire African diaspora in all corners of the globe. So when you create that product on the court and tie in also some of these incredible attributes that Africa has and showcase it to the world, the growth again has been steady, very encouraging, but at the same time we know that there's a whole lot more we have to do.
100%. Now, one can say that Rwanda has been a part of the BAL journey since its inception, but how can you describe the role of Rwanda throughout the BAL journey so far?
Rwanda is a foundational partner. The Rwanda Development Board, this is, along with Nike or Brand Jordan and Wilson, believed in the product even before we bounced to basketball. So obviously, we love coming here, just our operations as always smooth. We've operated here during the pandemic, so, what a way to launch a league. So I think there is always, that special link, because this is the only place where we could, host our historic launch in 2021 in the middle of the COVID pandemic. So yes, the Rwanda Development Board will visit Rwanda, foundational partner of BAL, and we're always excited to be back here.
Thank you for that. Now, when you think about the future of BAL, how important is it in terms of developing young talent across the African continent, not just in growing the sport of basketball, but also in building an industry that drives jobs as well as economic growth?
It is incredibly important, and I think we've been consistent. When we launched the league, we talked about positioning the league as an economic growth engine for the continent. Yes, basketball is our core product, but we want to lift the entire ecosystem for basketball. And just to remind that the Basketball Africa League is a partnership between the NBA and FIBA. So part of the intention is to make sure that we are also, working with FIBA to continue, our grassroots initiative that we've started, all along. Basketball Without Borders remain, the flagship basketball development and community engagement program that we partnered in with FIBA. We continue to run youth clinics. In fact, I think today and tomorrow we started this coaches clinic that our basketball operations team at NBA Africa is running at Lycée de Kigali. I think we're also going to have some junior NBA, kids participating in this whole basketball festival, because that's what we call it. Really, you're playing 6 game days, but then there's so many other activities that the game is motivating. So we've always believed in grassroots. Now the Basketball Africa League sits at the top of the pyramid of development, but that base continues to be incredibly important. The clinics, the coaches clinics, the referees clinics, just getting more young boys and girls to participate in the game remain a big part of what we're doing. And also through the partnership with FIBA, we want to continue to work with local federation. We have a great partnership with Rwanda to make sure that the local basketball community is growing in numbers and also in standards and qualities. So your local league here, and I've attended some league games here at Lycée de Kigali, incredible passion against, different teams getting organized for the chance to win the local league in order to participate in the BAL. So there is this, we want to remain this rising tide that will lift all boats. So that's really, at the end of the day, the goal. We use the convening power of basketball to start conversation and to also initiate growth in different areas that we need in Africa.
Yes, thank you for that. And as we wind up, what advice would you be able to give a young African who is thinking of pursuing a career in basketball, who has that dream?
Yeah, I think actually it just starts with discovering that passion. And I think for us, to allow more young people to discover that passion, we have to make sure that the game is accessible. This is why, to your question earlier, we are going to continue to work with local federation to make sure that the game is accessible, because we feel that when young people engage with basketball and they have the opportunity to learn, from coaches who know how to teach the basics of the game, they would love it and they will strive in it. And whether you attain a professional level or not, the game is going to teach you lessons that are going to really carry you through life. And what we need in Africa is a youth that is inspired, that is ambitious and that is bold. And that's what we feel sports can do. And I think, the aspiration that we want these young people to have to play in the Basketball Africa League, we want to make sure that they have access to playing the game at a young age. So they have to be very ambitious and also trust that this league is here. And they can start playing the game, learning to play the game, and playing professionally on the continent without really having anything to envy to any other young people in any other corner of the world. That's the goal.
Thank you very much, Mr. Fall. Thank you for your time and for your leadership. The BAL continues to energize the continent in more ways than one, not only through high-level basketball, but also empowering youth and putting forth their talent. And so we look forward to the incredible showcase here in Kigali and for the playoffs and finale that awaits in Pretoria. And wish you and the BAL team luck and success.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you very much for tuning in to the exclusive interview with the BAL president.